Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust, so you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
All right, everybody, it's Friday, and you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring up the caboose.
So ready.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is Customer States, the podcast where we bitch about everything in the bitch about everything in the automotive industry. Sorry about that, folks.
That stays.
Yeah, I got to try to work my way through this one. My name is Kevin Waters. I have absolutely nothing to do with the industry except for harassing it. And to my left is a man with everything to do in the automotive industry, Mike Sarah.
What's up, guys? This is Mike Sarah. Again, welcome back to Customer States Podcast, where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Hashtag
there's some
bell.
shift there.
My name is Mike Sarah. I am a senior master technician, shop foreman, the wearer of many hats. To my left is the warranty wizard herself, Allie Paul.
Hi, guys. This is Allie. I have been in the automotive industry for 11 years doing
womp.
warranty. Yeah. Gonna be 12 in 5 months.
Yep.
Hey, early congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And to my left
Do I need to call the police?
is an infant to the automotive industry,
Oh.
Jacob Rikus.
I guess so. What? I'm a pen clicker, a chair swiveler, and now an infant.
An automotive infant.
So Mike wears many hats. I'm man of many names. I'm Jake Rikus, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I've been a service advisor
You're
for...
like a teen.
Yeah, whatever works. I've been a service
Preteen.
advisor for 3 years, almost 3 years, but been tinkering with cars since I was really, really little, and now I'm stuck in this horrible loop.
Shenanigans?
I wish it was that easy.
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, exactly. I wake up every morning and realize, why?
Am I not? Oh, fuck. What's his name? I can't
Bill
remember.
Murray?
Thank you. Why am I not Bill Murray?
Yeah, Bill Murray.
If we ever have Bill Murray listen to this, he hates you now.
Bill
no, he
Murray's a
wouldn't.
big fan of the show. We're going to have him on next week, actually.
Yeah. Hey, Bill. How's it going?
You mean the guy that lives behind Save-Ons?
In a van down
There
by
we go.
the river.
Thank you.
You know who else lives in a van down by the river?
Chris Farley.
Oh,
Oh my God, nice transition. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Wow.
hold on.
No one was here for it.
Props. Okay. So we do have on the board a nice transition that Allie made.
The more we talk about it, like the more smooth it is, for sure.
It's way smoother now. So speaking of living in a van down by the river, we have a extremely nice lady that is living in her Ford SUV somewhere on the streets. She's hit some hard times with COVID, had some family issues, and her and her daughter actually live in this car. Well, this vehicle, it has a transmission issue. And unfortunately, this isn't a easy sensor fix or a transmission fluid leak.
You said fortunately?
No, unfortunately.
Ah,
So it has a issue that requires transmission removal. And her biggest issue was, of course, she lives in this thing. Her and her daughter, they use it to get back and forth to work because they do little odd jobs here and there and deliver food and things like that. And they need a vehicle, but they don't have any money for a deposit on a rental car. The warranty part doesn't really cover, doesn't cover a rental car. They don't have a credit card to put down on a rental car. They have nothing. And we tried to explain to them, hey, some of the other larger dealerships in our area, I won't name names, but some of the other larger dealerships in our area may have more pulling power because they actually have their own rental cars and their own rental car agencies and things like that. They may be able to help you out. Oh, no, but we trust you. I really like talking to you. You make eye contact. And again, this is the first time that this customer has been here at our dealership. And what started off as like, I really feel bad for you. Like I'm going to try to help you just like I would help any other customer, but you need to have your vehicle here. So she came in on a Friday last week. She came in on a Friday and I was like, well, obviously if you don't have any preparations for a place to live or mode of transportation for right now, you need to figure that out. So sort that out over the weekend. We'll make an appointment for you for Monday morning, drop the car off Sunday night if you want to. Mm-hmm. And when we come in Monday morning, we'll be right there to take care of it for you. So she misses her appointment on Monday morning, calls in on Tuesday, says, well, I'm just really nervous. I've never been without my car. I need to make sure that I have a rental car. I said, well, did you call the other dealership? No, I really want to deal with you guys. I said, first of all, you're talking to the wrong person. I'm the technician. She called my direct line. I said, I don't know anything about the rental car process or what we have on hand. You need to talk to the service about, I just trust. Trust. Yes, I understand. I make eye contact. That's all good and well. But you need to realize there's a process. And no matter what happens, there's still this process. I am helpless against this process. So long story short, she finally brings the vehicle in. We managed to get her some sort of rental car situation or whatever.
Oh, good.
Do you guys have your own rental cars?
Yeah, do you have
a
loaners?
loaner program.
Courtesy vehicle.
I think like 3.
Really?
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah, and the service riders probably drive them all home.
No.
Those are demos.
That is the that
we
is
don't
the
have
one,
any of those.
That is the one thing we have over your dealership. The least important thing, we have more loaners.
I think that's a really
that is
good
not the
selling
least
point.
important thing. That is, to me, that's the most important thing.
That
if
is
you
super
can't
important.
put me in a loaner vehicle,
Yeah.
I'm not going to you.
What do you mean you don't have a loaner vehicle? There's 30 or 40 escapes up on the front line. How come you can't put me in one of those?
And that's how they see
you
it.
don't understand, but yeah.
Well, most of the time, with people coming in for warranty concerns that want a loaner, it's like, fine, what if we don't have one, we'll call down the way, get you a rental car, we pay for it.
Now, granted, I don't want to
We
take
do?
away
Mazda pays for it.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
my point.
I don't want to take away from the fact that we probably have more than 3 loaner cars, but I don't
like
know
you
the
said,
exact
you don't
number
know.
is. It's not a lot.
But you make great eye contact.
Thank you.
You don't know how many loaners, but great eye
As
contact.
they looked longingly into each other's eyes.
So she continues to tell me the story, and I again, like I said, the vehicle finally came in. I start working on it. I start looking at it, and the next morning she calls my direct line. Oh, hey, I just wanted to talk to Mike. That's how I introduce myself on the phone when you answer. This is me. You're calling my direct line. Hi, how are you? Well, I just want to make sure you're taking care of my car, okay? I really love her and I miss her, and call her by her name, and make sure you check the transmission fluid when Man, your transmission is about to be out on a bench on a second. It's not going to have an ounce of new fluid in it or old fluid in it by the time I'm done with it. She's like, oh, yeah, and the synthetic blend engine oil needs to be changed. And just take a look at everything. Like, yes, this is standard procedure. We look at everything. We're going to fix your car while it's here. She's like, I just don't want to take up any of your time, but I just want to make sure you're going to do a good job.
Then
blah,
hang
blah,
up
blah.
the effing phone.
So again, that's one of the things where I try to say, like, of course, I'm super nice and friendly, but oh yes, yeah, I know. Thank you. We're gonna do the best that we can. Blah blah blah. And yes, okay, yes. Well, I'm gonna work on it right now. As soon as I get to hang up the phone, let me hang up the phone. I'm gonna go work on it.
Bye.
She wants to keep talking. So
I know somebody like that.
finally got rid of her. And
Actually, on this podcast, you are the long-winded one.
Isn't that a good
Just
thing?
saying. Sometimes.
what did you say? One-winded, long-winded,
Long-winded.
Oh, long-winded.
Long-winded.
Yeah.
One wind is his fart.
All we are is farts in the wind.
There you go. A turd in the wind. Well, that's nice. So, are you still working on that car? Or?
Yeah, the car's about to have the trans officially yanked out tomorrow. Where we were like right at that process of setting the trans jack.
Are you R&R? Or are you tearing it down and rebuilding?
No, I got to tear it down and figure out what's wrong with it.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, we don't have a program set in place for a vehicle like this. We have like a low time and service contract program through Ford for if it's the vehicle's under 12 months, 12,000 miles, then you can, with certain other testing procedures and other things, you can install a unit without actually tearing it down, but you still have to tear it down and do a cost cap if it's out of the 12 months or 12,000 miles.
Gotcha.
Oh, interesting.
So she's paying for this out of pocket, huh?
No. This is covered under base warranty.
Oh, it is base warranty.
That's the whole thing. Like, I didn't understand what the whole problem was.
I don't know
she doesn't
why,
have
but
money for rental car.
I don't know why, but I felt that this car was not a new vehicle. I don't know if you
Yeah,
dropped
I did
the
too.
year.
I got that vibe.
It's a 2020,
Oh, okay.
but it's got over 50,000 miles on
Well, that's why she doesn't have any money, is because she bought a 2020.
Well, what's your warranty mileage cap?
it. 5 years, 60,000 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Powertrain.
560.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But
Miss Warranty, come on now.
I don't work for Ford.
she doesn't work for it. She doesn't know. So if I may do so myself, I'm going to transition over into another story that happened actually this week.
Okay.
So I had a 2020 Explorer that came in, and the customer wanted to go for a road test. He had this very weird concern where on initial takeoffs and final stoppings only, there would be this clunk. But it doesn't happen any of the time, not turning left, not turning right, not braking during the middle of an acceleration, nothing. It was only during these specific times, and you wanted to go for a road test with the technician that was going to work on it. So, of course, he called up the service drive to go road test with this guy. So this guy takes me out for a service drive, takes me out
drive.
Yeah, we leave the service drive for a road test, and he takes me out and shows me what's going on, and well, that's very unique. I said, so like, when did you start noticing this? Well, I had the vehicle at another performance shop, and they installed an intercooler.
Strike one.
It's a Explorer ST.
Strike two.
So those are awesome.
I know they are.
I mean, the vehicle.
You know what, man? Let me get on with my shtick.
But so I said, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like you just notice it like after that. It's like, well, it wasn't immediately. Just like when I was driving it, a couple months later or whatever, I noticed it. Okay. So bring the vehicle in the stall and start looking around. Like, oh, it's a really nice charged air cooler. That seems cool. Moving on. Put the vehicle up in the air. I'm looking at stuff. I don't really see anything obvious. I'm putting my hands on stuff, putting wrenches on things, making sure everything's tight. I don't see witness marks on anything, so it doesn't look like anything's been apart or been in an accident. And so I go to start removing the splash shields from the bottom of the vehicle so I can look at more of the front of the vehicle, the subframe area, and things like that. And have you guys ever seen that show back in the day, Monster Garage with Jesse James?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Okay. So, when companies will send Jesse James free stuff, and that voiceover guy comes on and goes, freebie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I go and remove one of the splash shields, and lo and behold, freebies! A really nice Streamlight flashlight falls out and almost hits me in the face.
No shit.
Yeah. So I got a free flashlight. Flash. What? At least I didn't say the other thing. Flashlight.
What, Mike?
Fleshlight?
Oh.
What in God's name are those?
I don't know. Kevin,
What are those?
Well, just kidding.
yeah, it's
I
a
do
cool
know.
subject.
When silicone and a flashlight love each other very much.
So I get hit in the face almost by this streamlight.
Flashlight.
Trademark.
And needless to say, not only was that the noise concern, but I also got a free Streamlight.
Gotta love that.
$160 value.
Wow. So I'm surprised they weren't complaining that
What
there was like
color
a
was
weird
it?
vibrational
Green.
noise.
Oh, it was green.
It matches my other one.
Hell yeah, nice.
I have 2 green Streamlights now.
Nice.
Don't you have
And a red
green
one.
Toolbox? Or isn't the
One of my
trim
toolboxes
green?
is green. My cart is also green.
So there you go.
I have a lot of green tools, actually.
The underside of his hat is green.
The what?
The underside of your hat is green. Yes.
Yeah.
Can't see it from here.
Why are you angry? I can't see my forehead. So free stuff.
You got any good freebie stories? I got another one, but I want to hear
I
you
got
guys.
another one. Well, actually, not really for me because I look like absolute shit in them. But we had whoever it was, and I still was never able to figure out which customer or who it was. We gave out a loan car, whichever number it was, It was gone for a while. It came back. And then, of course, once it gets back into rotation, it starts going out normally. It's like 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, 2 days. So I went into the loan car. I think I used it to go grab lunch that day or whatever the case was. And as soon as I get back, I, back it up, throw it into park, and I hear something, go figure, make a little bit of noise. And I'm all like, sounds like something's loose. And I look down, and wedged between the passenger seat and the center console, there's a pair of sunglasses. And, we find stuff like that all the time. We'll throw it into the lost and found for a couple of days if it's whatever the case, if we don't know who it belongs to. But in this case, with it being inside of the loan car, I'm able to go through I can go back months and see every person which car, who it was in, for how long. So I go through the list. I go back 3 months because 3 months, I just decided to choose that. And I call every single person. And it's a $200 pair of Maui Jim sunglasses.
Oh, damn.
Maui gems are expensive.
Yeah,
Was that expensive piece?
Was that the expensive piece? So
I'm sorry.
Nice.
Was that the expensive piece?
I'm impressed.
You are so much better at that than I am. How were you on that board?
how are you on that board?
I don't get it.
So
I once got paid a $20 tip for finding somebody's Maui gems when I worked for the deli.
Yeah, I remember that. So I go through the list. I call every single person. I'm like, hi, ma'am. Did you or your husband lose? Hi, sir. Did you or your wife lose? Everybody's like, no, I've got my sunglasses. So I'm like,
surprised someone wasn't like, oh yeah.
I didn't go,
That's
did you
totally
lose
mine.
Maui Jims?
Sure.
I go, did you lose a pair of sunglasses?
Could you describe them?
Bingo.
To me?
And if they go, oh, maybe my husband did. I'm like, well, if your husband's nearby, ask him what they are. And if it matches, I'm more than happy to put them aside for you. Nobody was able to match them. Nobody said they were mine. So I'm like, well, you know what? Screw it. I tried them on. I'm like, oh my God, I look like a sex offender. And then, so
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
that's a horrible thing.
Bad.
Very bad. So my dad loves Maui Jims. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll bring it home for
And
him.
if he looks like a sex offender, it's no big deal.
No,
No, but he's a dad. Like
he's a dad.
Like Maui gems are like dad glasses. Those ones. Those specific ones.
So
Those and old guy rules T-shirts
and New Balance
sneakers,
New Balance
and jean
sneakers.
shorts.
See, real
with his shirt tucked in.
The
to
V-dub
sidebar.
guys love the old guy rules.
To sidebar,
T-shirts.
to sidebar here, if you are a salesman and a guy walks in with a tucked-in shirt, a belt, cargo shorts, and New Balance sneakers, you can bet your bottom dollar he's got an 860 credit score or higher. You can sell him anything.
He's buying.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Oh my
But
God.
do they or don't they have a cell phone clip on their belt?
It's either
Yes.
that or a fanny pack.
Well, maybe a
But
different.
And you know
Fanny
that
packs are
fanny
bad.
pack's got 20 G's of cash ready to be spent. So bring him home the glasses.
Down
like-
payment walking.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, here, man, you want these? He's like, oh, what are these? I'm like, they're Maui Jims. He's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, where'd you get these? I'm like, found them.
You never mind
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. So he got that. So that's probably the most quote unquote impressive freebie that I've gotten, not even for myself or like Ali said, I've received tips. I mean, for when I go above and beyond, and if people are like really like, oh my God, thank you so much. I've gotten, a 20, a 10. My highest one so far is $50.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
Thank you.
Do not come.
It's the same person.
I'm just gonna swap that soundbite out with Ali. It's the same thing.
You really should.
Yeah, I should just record it, and then she can't get mad at us if she listens to this podcast or whatever.
She's a big fan. She's gonna be on next week.
Oh yeah, with Bill Murray.
Yes,
Bill,
with
what's his face? Who I can't remember his name.
I have a feeling those two would butt heads.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Butt heads.
Yeah,
Beavis.
for sure.
Yeah. And I'm trying to. Actually, just today I got my tech a 10mm wrench. A customer pulled into the drive and they dropped it off early. I walked out to the car, wrote it up, and right at the bottom side of the windshield, so at the cowling piece right at the bottom, there was just a 10mm Craftsman wrench there. And it definitely wasn't theirs. I would have
left it.
I'm not.
It's just Craftsman.
Oh my God.
Craftsman.
And you know what? He did make a very similar joke, but he's like, it's a 10 mil, so I'll let it slide.
Yeah, I can always use
Exactly.
An extra 10
That's my point.
I need about tree fitting.
It's about all that thing's worth.
Yeah, I don't think I've really gotten any freebies except for like at work because the people in the office are amazing. The people buy us food.
Okay, you know how she says,
That's like a thing.
I don't really get freebies when we're sitting down there in the service drive and it's hot and it's busy.
Yeah, but
she
it's
gives me
making
a
me
call
fat.
and she's like, "Oh my god, the owner's bought a Stonefire." I'm like, "Oh, that must be nice."
Oh my God, you
oh
know
my god,
what?
the owner's
No.
bought me salmon. It's like
Fuck you. That happens like twice a year, maybe.
better than not at all for the 3 years I've been working there.
You know what? You put up with you and then try and do this.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're
Shots
good.
fired.
Last
You're
time I
good.
help her
This
with
is a comedy
shit.
podcast.
Okay, so
Oh, and our dealership gives out free jelly beans. And that's about it.
They used to, whoa, slow down there.
Oh, should we need to get that out?
So you get nothing.
Hey, you know what?
Free candies.
Screw it. Yeah, free candies. Let's just go with that.
But it's already been said. All right, okay. Moving on.
so
Mike, I have to put up with her during the recording of this podcast.
oh, you want a Purple Heart or something?
You probably. Later on, she'll give me a Purple Heart.
Phrasing.
That was over. That wasn't even phrasing.
That wasn't even
I
phrasing.
heard the word Purple Heart, and my eyes immediately searched for something to come back with when someone mentions Purple Heart in a
man.
sexual manner. You
Oh, man.
didn't even finish that sentence.
Exactly. He was on top of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So one more thing that I want to talk about. We have a training program through Lubrac or through Ford Motor Company that comes out for our Lubrac, and we have what's called Quick Lane.
Okay, yeah.
So the Quick Lane service is like you're just basic oil changes, everything like that.
In Volkswagen, it's Service Express.
Yeah.
In Mazda, we don't have that. we have everybody show up at once.
So usually, you can either set it up with Ford to come out and have these guys come out and assess your Lubrac.
Do not come.
Try and train these
Do not
people.
Dude, you need to quit pressing
Sorry.
that button so much.
I just heard "come" so many times in like the short span of like 5 seconds.
Nice cat.
Well, it's spelled differently.
I'm gonna come.
Moving forward.
If we must.
So these guys came out this week, and damn, I did it again.
I'm gonna come.
Jesus. Okay, so these guys arrived this week and took care.
That's what she said.
Can you imagine? I'm arriving. I'm about to arrive.
Oh, stop, babe. I'm arriving.
You guys, again, like I said, this is not a family podcast. We don't need to clean this up here, okay? Please continue.
Man, that's funny.
So the Quick Lane training people come out.
Damn it! I'm good. You got it. You got it.
We're good. We're continuing.
So
We're
they,
adults here.
They show up at the dealership and start their process of looking out and seeing what the lube technicians are doing. Well, I don't know if you've ever worked with somebody standing over your shoulder and inspecting everything that you do, but that tends to make you a little bit nervous at times.
Yeah.
You know?
Or piss you off.
Yeah. Well, also
You tend to
yes.
make more mistakes.
So that day, we had
Mike doesn't make mistakes.
Well, I don't work in Lubrac either, so he's
Perfect.
well, I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Anyway, I was not working in Lubrac. That's not my department. I did oversee and introduce the guys to all the lubies and stuff like that. So throughout the course of the day, when these guys were there, we had an issue where a mirror was swiped off of a car in Lubrac.
A mirror?
Yeah, like
Oh, like not like jacked, but
No,
like it
no.
was taken off when it was backing in. Or,
yeah,
Oh,
pulling
gotcha.
up onto the rack.
Gotcha.
One of the lubies forgot to put oil in the car.
All right. Nice. Always good. Always
and
good.
Then another lubie raised a giant extended transit van and crushed it up into the ceiling.
Oh, no kidding. You had a taco.
Well,
A taco?
it wasn't that bad. It was just a little.
I
dent.
love tacos.
It was just a little dent. El Ranchito Taco Shop.
El Ranchito Taco
for all
Shop.
of your taco needs and more. Thank
They
you,
taste
Jimmy.
better than vans.
Hey guys,
They do taste better than vans.
El Ranchito Taco Shop.
That creamy guac.
Giggity. Okay, moving on.
Your face.
That's what she said.
So
That's what she said.
Thank you.
we have never had any of those issues before in Lubrac, and the first day that those guys
man.
show up, we have those three problems from like some of our, I mean, I say most senior techs, but
They've been there for 3 weeks.
well, no, not 3 weeks, but
6 months.
We have brought new people in Lubrac because the old ones weren't cutting it. So, but these guys are top quality guys. I mean, like I said, we haven't had any issues with these new people that we brought in, except for that one day, the first day those guys show up.
It is amazing how
it's super unnerving.
Right. Well, it's amazing how experience can get tossed out of the window in the face of authority.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, the issue is that the perception is that these guys are coming in and, you know, shaking up your normal processes and trying to, you know, change what you do and change the way that you work. And for the most part, that's actually true.
Right, of course.
However, they're just consultants, and all they do is they try to show you something and tell the service manager what they found and what they think. And of course, I'm in on those meetings, so I know everything about that. And like, for example, the last time that they came out, we tried to set up a 2-person lube team system. So you know, you have a team lube thing. So Tech A does this side of the car and Tech B does this side of the car, or Tech A does these things and Tech B writes it down on the computer, or whatever way that you figured out to work between the two technicians.
Tag team.
Yes, tag team in a vehicle. However, that's incredibly insufficient or inefficient. I'm sorry, incredibly inefficient in our dealership. And one person doesn't know everything that the other person's doing, or if one person does one side of the car and the other person does the other side of the car, they don't both do it the same way, and there's no communication. I mean, there was a lot of problems with that. So they come in and they try to tell you some things, and you have to pick what's best and what works for you in your specific application at your specific dealership, and it doesn't always work out. And that's what I try to tell the guys.
Is the idea that it's like you have 2 people working on it, so the vehicle is serviced
You want
twice
to know
as fast?
you want to know the
That's
only
the
time
idea.
you want to know the only time truly that a team repair work truly sponsored by Truly Strawberry
sponsored.
Lemonade.
Hashtag sell the bell.
Fuck Truly Lemonade.
Oh, wow. Alrighty then.
I said it.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Oh, they're not sponsoring us.
Stone Delicious IPA. Delicious.
Also not sponsoring us.
Either
Okay,
way.
moving on.
The only real way that I've personally seen like a team like repair work like that is if you have somebody there and it's like, I need this tool, I need this done. It's not even really like a team repair.
That's not a team.
Is,
That's like an apprentice and a master.
even so, that's still a team in a sense. You're not doing
yeah,
it on
no,
your own, but that's exactly it. It's an apprentice.
No more
What's the
Truly for you.
Oh my god, an assistant. Either way, that I've seen work, but it's true. You've got 2 people who really know the same about the vehicle, but the wavelengths that they run are so completely different
Yeah,
that it's like homeboy does, like he said, this way, you know, this side of the car, this way, this fast. Other homeboys are like, well, I want to do it this way on this side, this fast, and then once you meet back in the middle, it's like, oh shit, how'd that happen?
So when I was first told that we were going to be having these people come in, she was telling me that I'm sorry, my service manager was saying that we were going to be going back to a Teams thing, and I said,
Please,
what do you mean that
please
we tried
no.
that for 2 weeks? It didn't work at all. It was horrible. She's like, well, we're going to try it again this time. We got a different crew, you know. And then when they finally came in, and I told her,
how long?
really,
how
are
long?
we doing this? She's like, oh no, we're not going to do the team things. We strayed away from that.
Okay.
just
How
come
long
and
has
do us.
How long has Miss D been the service manager with you guys?
5 years at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
She's great. She honestly is great. You know, there's just a ton of moving parts and pieces. In the dealership.
Yeah.
I'll
And it's a
still
lot for one person to do.
I'll still never forget when I drove back behind your dealership when I was looping around to your stall, and she just shot me a glare like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck you doing here? And she flagged me down. I'm like, I work for Mazda. I'm just here to see Mike. She's
So-
like, oh, okay.
Okay, so on that part, really quick before we go to break, because that's coming up. Okay, I hate to be a spoiler, but spoiler alert, we're coming up to break now. You guys have been listening for almost
My
30
my
minutes.
key hand is
Where
itching.
the hell are the keys?
So before the key
Before
jingle,
this.
so Andrew, actually my bay mate, told me
baby.
this very funny thing that I thought applies great right now. Kevin, stop. It's that's a thing. Abe mate.
Kevin,
Hey, babe, mate.
Kevin, you know when you feed a stray, they come back. Do not laugh at those jokes; they'll come back.
I missed you.
I miss you.
Yes, Kevin, we all missed you. Thank you for showing up today. We all have issues with customers just randomly wandering the lot or walking
All the
back
damn
into the service
time.
area. Oh well, there's nothing that says signs that says customers. Bullshit. They're
everywhere.
Right on the gate.
Yeah,
They're everywhere.
Okay, so what Andrew had come up with was a customer version of a cattle guard for the service service drive.
What is
Stay
this?
with us after the break if you'd like to know.
Oh, we don't get to know?
That's after the
We
break.
have to jingle first?
Yeah, we have to jangle keys. There you go.
Okay, yeah, I guess we can have the crazy drop of the episode after the break. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I would like to thank everybody for coming here and listening along.
I've
You're
counted
not
like
leaving.
45 times that you've said coming.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
have
that's
to-
your problem.
Is it?
What are you thinking about right now, buddy?
Honestly, a sandwich. I don't know why.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, and please
I'm
come.
hungry. Don't look at me like that.
Please come back after the break.
There we go.
And and sit back down with us and crack a cold one. Okay. We'll see you guys soon.
Do you like the podcast that you're listening to at the current moment? Well, let me tell you something. You can record your own podcast for free. Yeah, with the Anchor app, you can record your podcast for free. And there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Man, that's crazy. Kevin, do you like music?
Fuck yeah.
Well, dude, now you can add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are absolutely endless for what you can create, whether it's music analysis, your own radio show, or something the world's never heard before, like ours.
That's absolutely right, Jake. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it is so easy.
That's right. It has everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. It's super streamlined. So go and download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
All right, and we are back from break. Jake is flipping off the camera to all you in the video world.
I haven't learned how to do blurs yet. Damn it.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It's not a family show.
No, it's not.
Insert emoji here.
Yeah. We were teasing something. I believe one of you was going to give us a customer cattle guard.
Yeah, first of all, we're teasing a crack right now.
Oh,
Anybody have crackables?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
I do not.
And after, wait.
You
And
guys are taking too long.
thank you to our sponsors, which includes tacos at El Ranchito's Taco Shop, and also Nick Lowridge, and also JB, and
Why are we
JB? Who the fuck's JB?
Justice Brothers, yo.
Justice
yeah.
Brothers.
I'm like, gee.
Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing.
There we
supplying
go.
Justice Brothers products.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's my man.
If you know, you know.
Nick Lowridge, Matco Tools. Did we say that one?
Oh, yeah, I did. I specifically dropped, hey, Nick, thanks for the gun case, by the way, dude. It's dope.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to talk to him about a gun case.
Oh, dude, they're really, really nice. It's got a
Matco gun case.
No, actually, it's I can't remember the name, but they sell them. They're really nice. They've got a front zip pocket for like your tape, your goggles, stuff like that. It lays flat. It has 2 pocketed zip pouches for your guns and a 6 pocket for magazines. It's really nice.
Okay. Oh, I'll have to ask him about that.
They're nice.
So,
America.
America.
hold on, let me take a sip of this.
I need about 350.
Hey,
Kevin,
you're
you were-
almost as good as
I
Do
need
Not
about
Come.
350. I
That
need
was-
about 350.
That was pretty good. Isaac Hayes is going to sue you.
Sorry, Isaac.
So Kevin, you were starting to tease what we had talked about after the break. Let's get that back again.
Yeah, there was a something about a cattle guard for customers.
Yes, absolutely, there was. So my baymate Andrew had.
Hey,
talked-
baby.
Hey, mate.
Hey, baymate.
Sorry, I'm good now.
So Andrew had talked about, why don't we have just like a cattle guard for the customers in the service drive? I was like, oh my God, that's
Can
genius.
I
That's
have the
exactly what we
job
need.
that gets to drive around and
Wrangle in the customers. we used to have a guy that we joked was Don Knotts. So like
Nice.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Don Knotts is?
I don't think so.
Whoa.
Barney Fife from the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
The Andy
Whoa!
Griffith.
The original Hank Hill. Whoa!
And he was like the shop security guard.
Yep.
He was just an angry old man and just walk around and question anybody and everybody.
Get off
what are
my
you doing
lawn.
here? Exactly. But I always thought that was a great idea. Like something similar to maybe like the Velociraptor enclosure in Jurassic Park.
No, it's just a cattle guard, but for bigger feet.
Clever girl.
Or it's like a what is it? Ponzu sticks?
No, that's
The sauce, I know, but it's like punju sticks.
no
Ponzi,
Ponzi sticks. Yeah.
Ponzi? Okay,
No,
that
I
sounds
don't
like
feel like that's
tampons or
right.
something.
No.
For those of you who don't know,
Context.
sharpened bamboo with shit on it.
Yeah, sticks with shit with leaves covering the hole.
Well, we don't want to incapacitate the
That's
customers.
Don
We want
Knotts.
them to
Hey,
still
that's
stu-
Don
Oh,
Knotts,
I
by the
know
way.
who that is.
Everybody, that's Don Knotts.
Hey, what's up, Don?
The Incredible Mr. Olympic.
Yes.
He actually listens to the podcast. He's
He'll
coming
be on
in
next week.
He's way
You
dead.
guys silly? I'm
He is
still gonna say
way
it.
dead. Say, the ghost of Don Knotts.
Blah, 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 blah.
He was also great on Three's Company. Anyway, this isn't a Don Knotts podcast, but it should be.
It should be.
It should be. God, where was I going with that? Did I-
Cattle guard.
cattle
We've already
guard.
discussed the
Cattle
cattle.
Oh yeah, the cattle guard. It was a great idea. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Ed. Well,
Oh, I mean, the problem with customers just wandering around the lot aimlessly is
Yep.
that there are technicians pulling in out of stalls trying to get your car done as fast as possible because you want it done, and then you're just going to walk your entire family of cars and your two dogs through the busiest place in
Right.
the auto mall, which the auto mall is already super busy, but now you're going to run it through like the 405 freeway at rush hour or something like that.
Riffing off of the dog part, man, I've got a perfect mental image of it's like you hire guys who ride horses throughout your lot that have
We
like
need to hire the
2 farm
Canadians.
dogs that are
No,
just
the fucking Pinkertons, bro.
Oh, there we go.
that just have 2 farm dogs that are straight up just running around nipping at people's ankles like yep. Oh my god! And you see people lasso and it's like, oh, here,
Like it's kind of embarrassing because I always try to tell everybody in the shop, like, hey, if you see somebody walking around that you don't
Say
recognize,
something.
say
if you
something.
see something, say something.
Just say, hey, do you need help finding something, or can I help you with something? Just something easy, because people just think like, oh, there's no signs that I saw, even though I didn't look over here and over there and over there
Right.
and down here. I didn't see any signs, so I can just walk around. No, like this is the shop, like no other place. Like you just can't walk into the doctor's office. There's a waiting room. We have a waiting room. Kevin has a question.
Kevin has
Yes.
the floor.
So, have you thought of painting on the fucking ground?
We have a big
Red
yellow.
line.
Nope. There are 2 giant yellow lines with hashes all the way through them and words written on the ground in between them.
Not just any words.
In like 2-foot letters.
Are they legible?
Absolutely
Well, Mike
legible
did
if you
write
look at the
it.
ground.
So
I didn't write
I've
it.
been to your
It's-
shop
it's-
many
it's-
times.
It's
I do
stenciled
not
on the ground.
I
It's
do not
stenciled on the
remember
ground.
seeing
because you
anything.
didn't look at the ground like everybody else. It's written right there. You know how many people come in and say, "Where's the service office?"
Oh, don't get me
If
started
you
with
look
that
over
shit.
at the giant sign on the windows that is literally a graphic vinyl on the window that says service department in letters that are a foot tall, you would have found that's where's the parts department. If you look over at those windows that says parts department
giant
on it
blue
with
letters.
giant letters, it's right there.
Dude,
It just
on that with people, when people, same thing. It's like, where's the service drive? Oh, I don't know. The giant structure that is made of concrete that says service center.
they'll drive through the back of the shop, which
Right.
is the most
Or-
back-asswards way to come through the dealership and say, how do I get to the service drive? You know the
You're
3
here.
other places that you passed on the way to get to this route? That was it.
Yeah.
You missed it, man.
Or the other thing where, like you said, where the letters are like a foot, 2 feet, whatever, big letters that say pull up, stop here when you're coming into our driveway, and people will stop 4.5 car lengths down the driveway. Like, somebody will come out and find me.
You
These-
should just
these
hire
yellow-
someone to be like, hey,
Ice?
That's what
do
it-
not come
that's-
this far.
Do not come.
that was not even on purpose. That was not even on
You
purpose.
for sure did that on purpose.
Those are called greeters.
That's what I was
Yeah,
about
you
to
should
say.
like go poach
We
some
had
people
greeters.
from Walmart and say, "Hi,
Oh,
hello." Please
we-
do not pass. Hey, look
a lot
at the
of
ground.
big dealerships have those where it's like, no, up this way. Somebody will be out with you. They usually have an iPad where it's like,
That
here,
would be-
can I check you in
that
for
would be
you?
super nice.
Yes,
That
it would be.
super nice. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're not.
Do you have a gas
We're
pedal?
not at that point.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm
she's
fine.
doing fine. Everybody's doing fine.
Sure.
Speaking of
not
people
doing fine.
doing fine,
Hashtag sell the bell.
so
Hashtag tip your waitresses.
I had a really interesting day today. Basically, so in case you haven't listened in the past, I do production lighting and rigging, and we do corporate events to Coachella, to concerts, to you name it, we do it. So we're doing a drive-through spooky thing in Calabasas, and
Okay.
Spoopy.
I am like the second in command, I guess, at this thing. And I'm doing like a 4-month stint of babysitting and loading in and swapping over for Christmas and all this other shit.
Sounds like you're first in command, actually. Like you're
well-
babysitting.
Well,
So the guy who's first in command, who's done this 4 years now, this would be his 4th year, had a little incident today, and he will not be doing the project for the rest of the time. We work with generators. We work with like 150, 175 kVA up to like twin pack 4K generators. Like,
so these are big generators for those of you.
yeah, if you've been to a festival and you see the big, huge box
big-
cranking out exhaust in the back of the stage, that's what
That's
we work
it.
with. So,
Exhaust and noise, they generate both of those.
well, they're called whisper quiet. So, but yeah, so to get those grounded so that no one shocks themselves or the lights aren't energized or whatever, we put these 5 to 6 foot, 1/2-inch diameter copper rods, probably 5 feet down into the ground.
Okay.
And then we ground out the generator to those rods.
Literally grounding.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
literally grounding. So to do that, we use a engineering stake. What are they called? Like
It's just a big like.
it's like the pile drivers.
yeah,
is what
pile
they're
driver.
kind of called, I guess.
It's a post setter.
Yeah, a post driver.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
when you do fences and
It,
stuff.
it looks like a battering ram, but it's
Yeah.
hollow. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
You can use them for both.
Yeah. So we were exactly. You flip it around and it's a battering ram. So we, not we, the guy that I work with, who is named Brad, he went out to go set the grounding stake this morning, and while he was doing so, he managed to skip the stake with the rod with the battering ram, and basically took that pole and shoved it into his eye socket.
Wait, so like he
He
missed.
Went to come on the downstroke and missed the pole.
And missed it,
Got
and
no
because-
resistance and fell forward into the thing.
Right, because he's taller than me, so he's probably 6'5", probably
Freakishly tall.
weighs like 300 pounds.
Okay.
He's got a lot of force, and I know.
A lot of
and
inertia
he
behind it.
probably like was using all of his.
Yeah, it's first thing in the morning. I'm sure he was whatever, thinking about something else, or was upset about something, or didn't want to fucking be there, like none of us do.
It's a job.
It's a job.
So he went to go drive that, and he missed it, and his head came straight into that pole, and it grazed his cheek. It ripped open his cheek, I should say. We thought it missed his eyeball.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
We don't have to get too terrible.
whatever. So it cut open his cheek. It hit his eyeball, ruptured his eyeball, so he popped his eye, and then it went and stopped. It went and stopped on his ocular socket and fractured the shit out of his eyebrow from the inside. So,
Get well soon, Brad.
yeah.
But he's stable and everything.
He was conscious throughout the whole thing. He felt obviously a bunch of pain and pressure in his eye. I'm CPR first aid certified, so it kind of was on me to just jump in and keep everyone calm, and let's get 911 on the phone, and what are they saying about it, and let's get him seated, let's get some pressure on it, let's get some ice on it. They told us to not give him liquids in case he goes into shock.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah, you don't want him puking and all that kind of stuff.
Choking.
Yeah, exactly. Basically,
day.
we talked to the hospital after the fact, and they're saying that there's a high likelihood he's going to lose his eye. So he's now.
But he didn't I'm sorry, but he didn't puncture his brain or anything like that.
That's what had us. There was a very minimal crew today, but we were really kind of in shock the whole day. If he had missed the first strike with that, the pole would have been high enough up. Or if he had gone down further, I should say. If he'd gone down further and it was 4 feet instead of 5 feet, the angle that he would have hit that at would have been
straight through,
perpendicular. That would have gone
Right.
straight through his eye. So not only would he have...
And that bone isn't.
It's not there.
There's nothing there.
So you go through your eye socket with enough force. I mean, he's driving that thing. It's the ground's tough. You're putting all your shit into that.
Yeah.
And so for him to hit that, if it was 4 feet instead of 5, it probably would have killed him. We probably would have walked up on Brad, slumped over a 4 foot copper pipe.
Impaled on a 4 foot copper
Yeah.
pipe. Yeah.
So
this is where safety comes in.
Yeah.
well, so the thing about it is, unless he was wearing really tight goggles, which
Still would have
but
happened.
even so.
So safety glasses would have just skipped up.
Yep.
The pole would have gone. The rod would have gone right underneath the glasses because it grazed it. It split open his cheek. Like he was.
So it was
would have
going
gone
at a
underneath the
45
lens.
degree angle of his
It was
face.
well. It was probably a 5-degree angle onto his
I
cheek,
see.
and so
Okay.
because he was driving it down, you kind of still go forward when you do that
Yep.
because your torso bends forward.
Right. Yeah.
So you're putting resistance on a pole that wants to be straight. You're pushing it out, which means it's pushing back.
Yep.
So all that force just basically popped the eyeball and went into his ocular cavity. He couldn't see out of that eye. He was in extreme pain. Fortunately, the EMTs were there real quick, within 2 minutes of the incident.
Wow.
And it sucked.
So important
He's
I'm
lucky.
glad.
He's lucky he's alive.
He's honestly, he's lucky he's alive. It's crazy. Trying to keep his girlfriend calm. We were talking to her all day, telling her where he went. They took him to a hospital. The hospital that we told her that he went to, she went to, and they kept her waiting in the parking lot for an hour before they told her, "Oh, hey, by the way, he's been discharged before you even got here."
Oh my god.
Excuse me?
And was sent to a different hospital because that's where the ophthalmologist is.
Right, specialist
They
or
basically
whatever.
they basically took him in for triage at this one hospital
Okay.
and then sent him to another.
They're like, hey, we're going to make sure he doesn't bleed out.
Right,
Now we're
right.
going to make sure that he gets the care he needs.
Right.
So, is that... I can't imagine that you've ever had any worse accident than that.
I have. I was working at Mattel and we were doing their Toy Fair stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the carpenters was trying to split basically two pieces of wood. It's Syntech, which is this crazy material.
That's
but
the plastic wood shit.
it's plastic wood, exactly.
Yeah.
It behaves like MDF. But so he was trying to split two pieces of Syntech with a brand new Leatherman blade.
Oh.
And he was holding it in his hand and prying with the other one. Well, it slipped.
Yep.
The blade slipped because
yeah.
it didn't want to pry. And he basically cut his arm. He sliced his arm open with the tracks, not against the tracks.
Right.
Yeah. So he was bleeding out real quick. He was It was bad. They had to
Yeah.
replace the carpet in the exhibit. Like it was, yeah, like
Real bad.
I don't know why that was my exhaust. The carpet. Oh no.
So going with injuries and safety.
yeah, I
with
was
that.
gonna have you guys
So,
experienced gnarly.
Thankfully not at
accidents.
work. And I mean, I've had a few, like I had a buddy or an acquaintance that I know that used to work with sheet metal, sheared off all of his fingers, just sheet metal's like a blade, went right through.
Yeah, yeah.
I
but
cut my fingers off in a blender once.
she stuck her hand in a blender and chopped off her fingers. There's that. But probably,
We're not gonna say any more than that.
yeah, probably my favorite story. And I mean, it's kind of,
I was 6.
It's kind of dark to say my favorite, but how this happened. So where I went to high school, we had wood shop, a lot of heavy equipment. But we're going to focus on the table saw, everybody's favorite tool. And if you've been in wood shop or you've worked with wood, you know you use a pusher. If it's really thin, you don't get your hands anywhere near it. You don't continue to push. You pull if necessary. You keep digits, jewelry, everything away from moving mechanical parts. Real simple. So what? And let me give you a layout. Where the table saw was basically in the middle of the shop class. Right behind it, the direction of where the blade was spinning was a big old set of lockers where people could store their, what they were making, clothes, if they needed to take off jewelry, whatever the case may be.
Bongs, weed.
Yeah, exactly, all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, you reserve
all
that
the
for
stuff.
metal shops so you can blow it into the exhaust fan.
Shout out to Mr. Seidler. He was awesome. But so there was a kid
Mr. Magana.
Oh, there you go. So there was a kid who...
Mr. Cornell.
Did you have a shop teacher?
Yes, his name was Mr. Saw.
No.
Swear to God.
Mr. Saw.
Wait,
Nice.
but I never did
saw.
wood shop. I did metal shop. Yeah.
So this kid was...
I didn't do either. I did architecture.
Oh, okay. So, ding, sell the bell. This kid was, of course, using the table saw, and he was doing everything he was supposed to until he got distracted by one of his buddies that
Playing some grab ass.
that just so not even grab ass that just so happened that was using the wood lathe and was making a wooden
penis.
yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
A wooden table leg is what he told Mr. Seidler.
It's a pepper mill.
It's a pepper mill. So as he
It's a penis mill. I mean pepper mill.
as
Sorry.
he turned, and anybody who's ever been in shop class, you know what wood sounds like going through. Human appendages have a very specific noise when they go through blade, and you never forget it. So we heard this weird kind of noise, and then of two fingers getting shot 30 feet across the room and denting the lockers that were behind the saw. And it was, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 seconds before this guy realizes the wood has gone red. The saw is spitting blood everywhere. Everybody's freaking out like, where the shit are his fingers? Get ice. People are running around. One had, slid underneath the lockers. One had ended up like, oh, dude, it was...
Oh my God.
Did
Hang
you guys
on.
go home?
No, we did not.
No grief counseling?
No, he actually, Mr. Seidler found the fingers, put them in a bag of ice that he dumped out from his big old jug
Like
of
his big
water that he,
gulp or
from his
whatever?
big gulp that he always did, poured out the water, grabbed the ice, put him in a Ziploc bag, and
Shipped him off.
yeah,
to the
shipped him
hospital.
off to the hospital. And he's like, everybody don't mess with the tools, stay in your seats. He came back about 15 minutes later and he's like, all right, so who wants to know about the planer?
Have any of you worked with bleach before?
And yeah, that was probably my most like, oh my God, happening.
Do you have like a work injury story?
IPA.
I've gotten a paper cut before.
I mean, honestly, like, there have been like some times where people have gotten like, their faces ripped open because they had a, not like super bad, just like a cut on their face because they, one person had the drop down fluorescent tube lights. Like,
Oh, yep.
Oh, and it
inspection
like
lights.
broke.
And it's got like little hooks on it.
Yep.
And we're not supposed to use those. It wasn't supposed to be there. It was supposed to be up. And he walked right into it and slashed open his face.
Yep.
Oh,
That
so
was-
it like caught his
Fish
face.
hook your
Like,
face.
fish
Yeah.
hook, fish hook, yeah.
That's Jerry. Jerry listens to the podcast.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Sorry about your face, I guess.
No, he's all good.
Sorry about your face, I guess.
That's what God gave me.
He's gorgeous anyway.
That's just
It's
how my
okay.
face looks. Sorry, Jerry.
And yeah, I mean,
cool.
I guess the biggest thing that I had was I almost cut the tip of my finger off. Like you can for sure see the.
Oh, I see it. It's right here.
Yeah, I had a.
There's an OSHA.
Done that.
This was a
Mine's
cage
worse.
knife. This is crazy.
This was the butcher knife.
I degloved my finger. Like
Oh, I've done that too.
I came close to that once.
You Jimmy Fallon,
No, I had like 14 stitches in my finger, which is a crazy amount of stitches for a finger. So that was pretty good. That was a cage nut in an ambulance.
I split my chin where the skin like split like a banana peel, so it was like opened up.
Did they
like
put
that.
cocaine in it?
What?
That happened
Bananas
with
and
my ex.
in Mexico?
Doctors hand out cocaine?
Yeah, no, he split open his chin on one of those old like Tonka trucks that have like the little. He fell from like
Was
the
this
top bunk,
1940s?
and they packed it with cocaine.
Oh shit.
Like, well, it was probably like the early 90s.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
Yeah.
There's an
thing.
there's an
No,
OSHA
that's a
handbook
thing.
burning right now somewhere.
No, there was medical cocaine. That's a thing.
I know that there was medical
yeah,
cocaine.
in like
I
the
just
20s
wasn't
or
realizing
something.
it in the 90s.
No, like 1820s maybe.
Morphine, everything.
With
Wow.
chalk.
We got to bleed those ghosts out of you.
Pack it full of cocaine and put some leeches around it.
You'll be good to go.
Your humors are unbalanced.
Does it sound like I'm on old time radio? Wow, that's I don't know. Yeah, I guess cocaine numbs, I suppose.
So we're gonna skip the rest of
gonna
the
have
first
to-
one, and
Okay.
we're gonna come back down. You want to
Oh,
do the
yeah,
next one,
okay.
and then we gotta leave
Do not
room
come.
for the last
Yeah,
one.
no problem. So I'll make this pretty quick. I
royal
myself,
we.
the royal we is clean. So we were listening to rap. You know that song.
Oh,
So
That's from a movie too.
and as well.
Go ahead.
So I had a customer pull into the service drive today.
Coming to America.
It was a certified vehicle, or is a certified vehicle. And the way that our dealership works is if you buy a certified vehicle, just to start this story off, you get 2 free oil change tire rotations within the first year. So, 6 months oil change, 6 months oil change, everybody's happy.
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right. So this customer came in, and it was husband that dropped off the car. So husband comes in, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to do my first oil change since purchase." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great, man." And on our operating system that we use for writing tickets, there's a little tiny blue bubble that pops up that you can hover over, and it'll tell you if it's certified, what extended service coverage they have, all types
like a
of stuff.
vehicle history sort of thing.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
A little different. There's 2 different, but you hover over it and it gives you the important stuff right away.
Cool.
I noticed it's certified. And so I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. So I'm going to go and I can pull down a menu and see when the car was purchased. So I can base it off of that to see if they get that free service.
Right.
I noticed that they had gotten or bought the car in February or March of 2019.
Oh. Okay.
So first off, I didn't even say anything to the guy. I'm like, okay, well, no free service to begin with. So I start writing them up and whatnot. And then I go back and I see that they bought the car with like 62,000 miles on it. I'm like, okay. So I look down at my paperwork and my full circle that I filled out, or my, first write-up sheet.
Right.
And the car has 86,000 miles. And I look at the guy, I'm like, wait a minute.
First service.
I'm like, first service? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you haven't had the oil changed anywhere else. He's like, no.
Wait, you said 86,000 miles?
86,000 from 62.
Oh, okay. So it had only been 24,000 miles or whatever.
Well, yeah, so 24,000 miles.
I'd say only
Right,
24,000 miles.
So 24,000 miles over 2 years. I'm like, dude, you are going to destroy this car. And I look at him, I'm like, you bought this certified pre-owned, right? And he's like, nope. Okie dokie. So I tell him, look, okay, this is how much it's going to cost. Well, my wife thought it was going to be free because it's our first service. I'm like, yeah, man, within the first year. And I'm like, let me show you something. I walk him out to the car, I grab a rag, and I pull his dipstick. I wipe the dipstick, and number one, there is dried on oil all the way from where the oil should have been and a little bit farther that had been calcified on it. And then just at the very tip, a super dark blob that was like chewing gum. It has been there
Ew.
for so long. And I'm like, you see this, man? How this stretches? This is gum. This is what is lubricating.
Is this gum?
Right. This is lubricating your engine. And he's like, oh, is that not good? So anyways,
Hey.
he leaves.
Not mechanically inclined.
There you go. No, by no means. And he's British. They're originally from the UK.
Oh, well.
But that doesn't. Okay.
And in freedom units, that means idiot.
We love all you British fans.
We do, but he was an idiot. It had nothing to do with it. He was from the UK, but he was yeah. Anyways, so he leaves, and I tell him, look, this is what it's going to cost. Wife thought it was free. 15 minutes pass, and I get a phone call sent to my personal phone at my desk, and it's this chick. Is this Jake? I'm like, yeah. What the fuck? She goes, what the fuck do you mean this isn't complimentary? And I'm like, it's not. You've had the car well over a year. You haven't gotten your oil changed once, and I'm surprised that the engine's not knocking on you already. She's like, well, COVID and all that. I'm like, ma'am, with all respect, I'm like, you got this car at the beginning of 2019 and have put well over 20,000 miles. And she's like, well, I just didn't feel comfortable coming in. The miles were where I absolutely have to.
But you went everywhere else in between.
Everywhere I absolutely
never passed a dealership in any of your travels.
Long story short, of course, she bitched enough where it was just easier for me to call my used car manager and be like, do we want to give her one and send her on her way? And
What's
he's
an
like,
oil change cost?
Exactly. And that's the thing. And he's like, of course, just do it. So that was my fun for today, explaining how oil is not supposed to be the consistency of Hubba Bubba.
I didn't even know it could get to that point.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you got fucking water mix or, oil mix where it turns into like pudding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Is that what you guys call like the milkshake?
Milkshake or intermix.
Well, yeah, that's only if you
That's
have
when
like,
water gets in, right?
Yeah, coolant or water.
Yeah, or
gets in the
coolant.
oil.
Yep.
So before we end out the episode, I have a couple of quote unquote administrative things.
Housekeeping.
Land shark.
Housekeeping. The hashtag Sell a Bell thing is going great. For those of you that don't know, that are new, you hear us ring the hashtag Sell the Bell. You
Kind of
can now
sounds like
see
this.
Kevin, ring that shit.
He's busy texting. You can now see us in the YouTube videos at youtube.com and search for customer state.
I'm sorry, that came out of nowhere.
youtube.com and search for customer states ... podcast.
What's that called? An ellipses?
Yes.
It is called an ellipses. You can see us there. You can also hear us on Spotify, which is probably how you're listening to us now.
The easiest way is anywhere you listen to
Apple
podcasts.
Podcasts.
We are most likely on that service.
Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Breaker,
Twitcher or Twitch or wait,
No, Twitcher,
Stitcher.
Yeah,
Stitcher.
there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
So you can also see us at Facebook at facebook.com / customer states podcast, Twitter and Instagram at customer_states. You can email us about your listener mails, your voice memos, your comments, complaints, suggestions. Tell Kevin how much you want him to be back here and he should quit his job.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's so much better on the soundboard when he's not typing on his phone.
Yeah, he should quit his job for all the money we make on this podcast.
So much money.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of money,
You could also give us a little PayPal at customer states podcast at gmail.com.
There it is.
Which is our PayPal as well as our email, as I had said. And that's also
Support us if you love us.
get in touch with us for
Support
the
us if you hate
#SoBell.
us.
You can also
buy our love.
You can also check us out at anchor.fm / customer states ... Again, I want to thank the sponsors, Ray Moon at El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore, California.
Is it Raymond or Raymond?
He goes by both. I call him Ray.
Okay.
If he doesn't like it, he'll
Can I call him Ray Ray? Like, let me know if that's cool.
You'll have to try it. He listens to the podcast, so he'll let us know pretty quick here. Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools, Travis Ferris from Justice Brothers, from Hit Distributing, supplying Justice Brothers products. Also want to thank Dale Follett from Twisted Builds LLC. Find him at twistedbuilds.com.
Huge shout out to Dave Stavrino, my homie that is working on my 73, Roadrunner. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like,
why'd you do that?
I don't. That
Is he
seems
gonna
random.
finish that thing soon?
Yeah, your lips to God's ears. But anyways.
Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Oh my God.
I knew I got that one for a reason. That's great. That's great.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways.
So also, I want to give a big shout out to Norman Glazier. Thank you so much, man.
Norm,
you're awesome. Please check
Everybody
out
knows your name here.
Please check out his fine metalcraft on Instagram at Stovocore_metalworks. That's STOVOKO_metalworks.
And if you don't know how to spell that, you don't deserve to find them.
So we will continue the rest of this next week. We still have tons more to talk about.
Yep.
Anybody else want to sign off and say hello, goodbye, thank you?
Just as always, I mean, Allie loves every single one of you, as you'll hear shortly. But thanks for listening again, guys. We can't do it without you. We appreciate the support from everybody. And yeah, we'll see
Tell
you.
your friends. Like and subscribe,
Tell-
I guess,
tell
since
your-
we're on YouTube.
Yeah,
Something about
again,
a bell,
Tell your
maybe.
friends, tell your enemies. I really don't care who you tell. A listen's a listen.
Yeah, please
We
comment,
do.
please like, please subscribe. We love hearing from you
Review,
guys.
maybe?
We
do you have
read-
time? Maybe do that?
We read listener mails on the air. I mean, we play voice memos on the air. We love it. We love the interaction with you guys.
Text my personal number at 805-910, and that's all you get for this time.
I'll fill in the blanks in a secret code in the,
Yeah,
in the description.
Thanks for listening,
You ever
guys.
seen the Da
Links will
Vinci
tell you.
Code?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Serra from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.